Hello, you guys. Oh my gosh, you didn't change it. I'm Tricia Turner. It's time to rise and thrive. I'm here today with Paul Simien and Amy Lampman. Maggie, the daughter, may jump on. We're going to watch for her. She is also one of our partners. We're here every Monday with you guys, 12 p.m.-ish Central Time, here to bring you positivity about the four pillars, what we think is most important in our lives. I just jumped off. That being faith, family, finances, and fitness. Now, Paul's back on. Y'all, this is live, unedited, unscripted. We have no idea what we're going to talk about. We have no idea what's going to happen. Paul, that's hilarious. Paul jumped on in a new location. Love it. That's much better.
My feelings may be hurt this morning. I don't know.
Don't be over dramatic, for one. Amy, hello.
Hello.
How was this weekend for you?
This weekend was phenomenal.
Are you getting closer to the unveiling of your project?
Yes, we are on the countdown. We are about 4 weeks out. We're going to do the official grand reveal on March 22nd, but I did walk the project this week. We had a slight delay due to weather. So we were supposed to be pouring the driveway of this gorgeous $2 million build. And the weather last week did not quite cooperate. So we had about a week delay on cement, but it'll go in early this week.
So March 22nd, what day of the week is that?
That's a Sunday. So we're going to do it after church, after lunch, and then all afternoon we're going to party.
So are we going to see, is it invite only or open to the public?
It's open to the public, but you're, of course, all invited. So please, if you haven't saved the date, it's 2 p.m. on March 2nd. There will be light bites, music, entertainment, massage chairs. I mean, you want it, it'll be there.
Are we going to do like a sneak peek for those of us that are close to you?
Always.
Are you excited?
Oh, we're so excited. And I'll just tell you, it's so funny. You know that little book that you probably read in elementary school called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie?
Yeah.
If you give a mouse a cookie, it leads to now he wants milk and now he is thirsty and it leads to all these things. Well, it's kind of the same thing. If you give Jake a dump truck, it leads to the first build, second build. Now we are literally under contract for 4 builds. And then this weekend, he shook hands with a man that wants him to do a full-blown development that is connected to the woodlands. So we're going to be doing market research, and we're actually going to be building out like a mini market that's going to have shopping, dining, live music, little mini restaurants, farm to table like eateries, a yoga. So it's going to be fitness, a yoga studio, and then little places that people can rent. So y'all come visit me on the side of town. We may just go do a little staycation there.
So it's kind of like a little town center thing.
It is like a mini town center on 9 acres.
Yes.
So right now, immediately the wheels started turning and like, how can we build this? What can we do? So we're going to take in ideas I have from Florida, and then I have ideas from Fredericksburg and Round Top, and we're going to marry all 3 of them together right at the edge of the woodlands.
Those town centers are super cool. That's a thing. Like if you haven't noticed when you're looking at areas that are being developed, they're all putting one of those in. Mm-hmm. That is one of the reasons that we have our property on the market right now, is because our next spot is to land in one of those, because it's a great location for a real estate company, commercial, residential, all things real estate.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Maggie is in the room. Maggie, can we hear you this time? Is she frozen?
Maggie, you're completely frozen this time. You're doing movement. You're like,
all right, well, Maggie adjusts her. Paul, you got a background now, a newer background on your thing. Tell me what this background is, or tell everyone what this background is.
I was actually in the process of putting another one because I wanted to make it nicer. But this is our official Power Agent Playbook logo.
What is
Power? Because we're giving you the knowledge and wisdom in the book, and we're unlocking your potential to know how to sell real estate on a high level.
Maggie's disappeared. This is too funny. I love that we have no idea what to expect or what's going to happen on here. I just think it's hilarious. Paul, Power Agent Playbook is this week, isn't it?
It is. It definitely
Where
is.
is it?
We're actually doing a double header. We're going 2 cities in 2 days. Where are we going, Tricia?
Amy, where are we going?
We're on 480 Wildwood. It's a gorgeous office building that has a stunning conference room, perfect for learning, growing, building, leveraging. It is right here at the front of the Woodlands, right off of 45. Plenty of room for about 70 to 80 people. So let's fill the room up and let's give value and knowledge.
Maggie's moving.
I'm here. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Maggie's
And I'm
live.
on Chrome. I'm on Chrome.
Yay.
Last week we couldn't hear you. This week you froze. It's like, dang it, we got to fix Maggie.
Paul, you need to come over here and fix this setup.
So, fun fact, we're using StreamYard for anybody that was interested on how we do our Rise and Thrive and get it out to multiple places at one time. In StreamYard, they're very picky on your browser. If you don't use Chrome, then it's not going to be your friend. I like Safari because I have a MacBook, and I like Safari because I like the security that Safari offers. But Chrome is the place to be.
I'm on
Well,
Chrome.
years ago when I first learned of StreamYard, and it was like right when COVID hit, is when we started using it. It wouldn't even let you get on from a mobile device. You had to use your laptop or a desktop. So we wouldn't even have Maggie. So they've advanced. I want to pick y'all's brain on something that over the weekend I did a Facebook Live on Friday, and I went into a little bit of a rant, and it blew up. And I had like over 100 comments, most good and most agreed with me. But there was a couple of agents that responded and not in agreement with me. They didn't like the fact that I said 95% of real estate agents are unskilled, untrained. And I put in a third characteristic. I called them lazy. And I then shared my screen and explained just one example how they fit into this category. And a couple of these agents responded back. And one of the agents responded back that maybe I should do something about it instead of calling out the entire industry. And I was like, oh.
But you do. You are.
Right. And that's
Power
what I
Agent
did.
Playbook.
I do. I did part 2 yesterday in response to that because I did respond back to this agent in comments, and I had to edit one of my comments. So I was like, you shouldn't have said that last thing and take that part off. But I had already posted it. But then I did a part 2 yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, all we do is train. Like, and
That's
I
right.
actually trained hundreds and hundreds, and I don't even know how many agents. Maggie, this statistic that I talk about, and the reason I said it, I said, actually, if you look at the data, I'm actually giving them grace because there's actually only 1% of the population that actually are high achievers and sell more than 25 homes in a year. 1% of the entire real estate population. So I am actually, when I say 95% are unskilled, untrained, and lazy, I'm being conservative there. Maggie, what's your thoughts on that number? And if that is true, why do you think that is?
Tricia, I agree with you. I was looking at your video right after church, and I put it on speaker so that Jose was also involved in this video. And I'm with you. I also run a team, and I see the successful agents on my team are the ones that are coming into the office. They roll up their sleeves, they put their head down, they're lead generating, they're working on their CRM, they're working on their database, they're making their calls. And the ones that are not successful are the ones that, stay home and cook and clean and just are not put.
We got to get Maggie on the laptop. Poof. We got to get her off her phone onto a laptop for Mondays at noon. Amy, take over. You're in the same situation. Amy's in the Woodlands. Y'all, this is why we're all partners. And I said that in the video yesterday. I said, part 2 of this is why my friends and the people that I choose to be around are in the 1% club, because we are out there training. We are out there and we train for free. Speak on that a little bit, Amy. What do you think about the whole thing, the comment thread that went on?
You know, unfortunately in sales, there's a little thing called the mountaintop. And in the mountaintop, there are people at the top of the mountain that are doing all the work at the base of the mountain. It's called the 80-20 rule. Unfortunately, in real estate, we don't even make that 20%, which is actually really sad and disheartening. So I would say that more people in real estate need to take their business and treat it like a business. And treat it like I am the CEO, I am the main character of my real estate business. And what am I going to do to move forward, to make progress, to learn, to succeed, to leverage? What am I going to do to make those things happen? If you don't act like a CEO and the boss, then you're going to basically blame everyone else. And my biggest pet peeve of all of this, Tricia, is agents that blame the support. It's not the support. It's people aren't freaking showing up. Look who's in the office right now. You see her?
Yeah.
She shows up every day. Yeah, she shows up every day. So when you look at her numbers actually show a producing agent because she's here. Rain or shine, 5 days a week she's in this office. And if she's not in the office, she's out showing or closing.
You guys see a lot of contracts, Amy. How many of these contracts do you see come through wrong, misinformation, no information? What do you think the number is?
At 99% are wrong. 99% literally are wrong. Yesterday, a very seasoned agent sent us a contract, and it basically said that she was going to make 6%.
Yes.
And Mia's like, Amy, we have to kick this back. I'm like, I agree, kick it back.
Yes.
So we're kicking it back daily. I mean, every time we get a contract in, thank goodness my little compliance chief over here is like, send it back.
Maggie, you guys, same thing. You guys are watching contracts come in every day. You're reviewing contracts. You're sending contracts out. How wrong are most of these contracts that you see?
They're pretty wrong. And my transaction coordinator, it boils her blood, and she's just like, what's wrong with these agents? I was like, it's okay. Let me send them the link to Power Agent Playbook. We can fix this.
Yes.
We can.
Everybody is fixable. 100%.
And Paul, would you say, and you guys out there in the real estate world, y'all know that Paul's like our artificial intelligence, technology, everything, all that stuff. Paul, do you think the artificial intelligence boom that we're all seeing now, do you think that's helping agents be smarter, or are some of them relying on it too much for some of this contract questions?
For sure. So number one, I actually got into a conversation with an agent the other day that seemed like this person was very educated, and we were having a very profound back and forth. And during this conversation, this agent got super excited, and in their response, everybody knows how ChatGPT tells you after it gives you the message that you're looking for, it tells you how it feels about it at the bottom. The agent copy and paste all that into the message. And I was like,
Yikes.
So I'm talking to your AI right now. That's great. Okay. So, but I will say that a lot of people and are getting too dependent on it. So it is your research tool. It helps you. It helps you get your time back. But if you're not reading or reviewing whatever information is giving you and fact checking it, you're going to make yourself look silly. Yeah. And honestly, I put out that big old boom about, did any of y'all try out the deep research tool?
No.
Well, I'm going to show y'all. And matter of fact, tell you the truth, if you agents out there need help and y'all are a little bit too prideful to ask people for help, y'all come to Power Agent Playbook in the Woodlands. I'm going to show y'all something that's going to change the game for forever and how you do your real estate.
On that note of, you had a conversation with an agent, and it was, as it turned out, it was just they were using ChatGPT to communicate with you. One of our very own agents in our network came to me on our team, and they were negotiating on a contract, and they were representing the buyer. And I was giving them guidance, and we were going back and forth with the listing agent, back and forth. And I think I was at church or something. So there was a couple hours where I was non-responsive. And during that time, they had went to ChatGPT for what they, and put in the scenario and where we were at. And then ChatGPT gave them back what a good response would be. Thankfully, she did not send it. Instead, she waited for me, and then she sent it to me. And she's like, well, here's what while I didn't hear from you, I went to ChatGPT, and this is what it said to put in as a response, as our counteroffer. Do you agree with this? And my response was, oh my gosh, no, don't you dare send that. Instead, do this. And I edited like 4 things. And I said, if you would have sent that, your buyer would have totally lost this house. So it falls again on training, being like, you can't just rely on that as your answer. And Maggie, your people are in the office with you every day. Are you helping them? Like, are you going over offers with them, counter offers? How does that work with you guys?
In the beginning, a lot more than now. I think now they're comfortable in their own skin to go after and attack and win it.
Okay.
But in the beginning, go ahead.
I want to say something really quick.
Yeah.
Your artificial intelligence, your ChatGPT, your Gemini, whatever you're using, it's only as intelligent as the user that's managing it. So if you're not feeding it the correct information, you're going to get nothing but a bunch of hallucinations. So if you don't know anything about a real estate transaction, if you don't know how to find your way out of a contract to save your life, then your artificial intelligence is not going to be able to help you, because number one, you don't know what to source. You don't know what references for your ChatGPT to use. You don't know any specifics that your ChatGPT needs to follow. So therefore, whenever you ask ChatGPT for a contract question and you're not very specific, it can be giving you advice about as if you're doing a contract in New York when you're in Texas, or tell you about a contract in England when you're in the United States. So if you're not feeding it the correct information, no, you will fail. You will look silly. Tricia will eat you alive. Maggie will eat you alive. Amy will eat you alive. And you will not want to do this anymore. When this is the best industry that you guys could be in. Real estate has made more millionaires than Wall Street. That is proven and repeated.
And that comes from an agent that is being trained by us constantly. So imagine the agents that are out there. I said this in my part 2 yesterday. I believe, yes, Amy, I believe you're right that agents don't show up for the training. And then, they're just kind of on their own working from home. But there's also a lot of brokers and brokerages that don't supply anything to do with up to the date training, and brokers that don't have a clue even what their agents are doing. And I think that's one of the biggest failures in our industry, is that so many agents are left on their own. And, a lot of them go to these discount brokerages and they're like, yeah, but I get to keep 100% of my commission. And it's like 100% of zero is zero, because no one sells homes. You're with the lunch bunch. There's no one selling homes in your company, and you're demotivated, and there's no one there even teaching you or looking over your contracts or anything that you're doing to make sure that you're successful. That is not an environment I want to be in. No. Maggie, you got big dreams, big aspirations.
I do. And I need to be around people that are going to feed into that, or that I'm going to feed into them.
Are you bringing on new agents to your team, Maggie?
No, I'm not.
Just your network?
Just my network. But I'm there as a support, as a mentor, as a coach.
How about you, Amy?
It's very, very vetted people. So they have to have
a better answer.
They have to have experience, and it goes through a multiple interview process. So we've just brought on one this year, and so far she's been showing up. She's been doing everything we ask her to do. So I do believe in giving people. It's really hard as a team leader, because they take, and then when they don't succeed, the first moment they blame you. So I'm setting my expectations very high, meaning don't expect to sell, a dozen houses this year if you never show up to meetings. You will basically fail. And so I'm setting that from day one, and then we are vetting them through a multiple interview process, and really digging in deep into their integrity.
Paul and I go back and forth on this a lot. We're very, I am very indecisive about it because the heart in me wants to like take them all on because I'm like, they're just going to go out there and fail if we don't. But the brain in me is like, oh, they're so irritating because they won't show up and they won't do the things that we know that they have to do. When you ask them, like, did you go door knock? No. Did you make your calls? No. Well, and how much of that no can you continue to listen to? And that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to, that's not okay. Like, cause you have to do these things. And so Paul's like, we're not growing our team. So we're at like this, I don't know what we're,
it's a
what do you think we're at, Paul?
It's a season.
it's a we're not growing our team. And it's a tough one. No, it's honestly, you have to have in this industry right now, today's day and age, if you don't have people that are running in the same direction together towards success, you're going to fail. Because what people are failing to realize is that yes, and it's artificial intelligence, right? This word, artificial intelligence, will take your job. Artificial intelligence can take your job if you let it. Right. So right now, real estate agents, you folks that have licenses, mortgage professionals, you people that have licenses, right now, it is time for y'all to fight, to show your work. And if you can't get that message across to the consumers that y'all are the subject matter experts, the consumer, think of yourself as a consumer, is going to choose an automation over a person. But if you cannot prove your worth, people will go ahead and accept on the easy part. Just like you have therapists at this point, right? A lot of people have opted to use artificial intelligence instead of their therapists, right? This is y'all's chance to fight for your industry. So if y'all want to keep this industry at the reach of every American out there that wants to sell a lot of real estate, help a lot of people, help a lot of families, build wealth and build opportunities, this is your chance. This is your chance now. So over the next 4 to 5 years, y'all need to go hard. And if you have a bunch of people that is not their goal, if their goal is to do this part-time or do this whenever they have an opportunity to, then you will watch this industry that y'all have worked so hard to build just be taken over by a corporation or taken over by artificial intelligence. So no, we're not growing our team. We're growing our team with like-minded people that are focused on the same direction. If your goal isn't within the next 1 to 2 years, 10 million, I don't know what to tell you.
You know, Amy, well, all of us really, but Amy especially and Maggie, all four of us are part of the growth leaders within Texas for Realty of America. And with that, and people don't realize this, I think, and this is, it's not that it's a anything, just people don't know what they don't know. We all sell homes. Paul runs operations. So the three of us still sell homes. Like, we're not sitting back, not selling. We're in the trenches every single day. We're with buyers, we're with sellers, and we're with agents. What we have on as an added responsibility is training, because with the role that we have, which is not a paid role. So anyone that's out there is like, oh, they're in these, we're not. Like, everything that we do as far as training agents, growing Realty of America, is all on our dime. We pay for it in our hours. Like, we can't add hours to the day. We're going to go on the road and go train people. We pay for that. Like, it isn't anyone giving us an expense account and a credit card to go here, go see if you can bring agents in the company. We really believe that we will help build the greatest real estate company in America. And we want to do it with highly trained agents that are motivated to go out there and change the world one person at a time, one day at a time, just like we believe. So if we are out there seeking you and you fit that role, then you're probably a good fit. But we're doing it for the good of the industry. So in addition to our daily work schedule of being parents, because we're also all parents, and running our companies and selling homes, we're also sidelining over here helping build a real estate company. What's your thoughts on that, Amy?
I think it's just, I mean, it's a vision that all of us have. And I think that, people, sometimes they don't think about the future. They just think about, I need to pay my bill this month. I've never been that individual. I've never been a paycheck to paycheck type of person. I've always, when I was a little girl, I've always been a visionary. What can I do bigger, better? How can I leverage? And I think for us, Tricia, I mean, you and I met probably 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
Back in 2019. I think that's why we were so attracted to one another, because we were so like-minded and we had the vision. And from when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a school teacher. But then once you're a school teacher, you realize, wow, you really are going to live paycheck to paycheck. So taking in the heart of a teacher, but then the mind of a visionary, and then surrounding yourself with like-minded people, I think is why we're so attracted to each other in like our little sisterhood and Paul.
Paul's our added one. Maggie, number one, why did you say yes? Because here's the thing is like, we didn't know Maggie until we all joined Realty of America together. And then we were like instantly in love with Maggie. We're like, oh my gosh, where have you been our whole lives? Holy crap, we have to like do life with you, Maggie. And so we're like, come do Power Agent Playbook with us. We want to build all these things. Maggie, why did you say yes, number one? Because it is an extra thing on your plate. And two, like, how do you get up every single day and not turn your back on people, but continue pulling people along with you, doing what's best for the industry and your family?
Well, I was already doing it with the team that I was trying to create, and I saw their success. It was working. What I was teaching them was working. So then whenever you and Amy reached out to me and said, hey, we're putting this together, I was like, well, I'm already doing that. And I see that they're changing the trajectory of their lives. So I was like, well, just let me implement what I'm already teaching into Power Agent Playbook. And I think what I go over is the true basics, the organization. If you have chaos, your business is gonna be chaos. Your home's gonna be chaos. Everything's gonna be chaos. And Tricia, I've never struggled with having to get up and being motivated. Like, oh my gosh, what I need to make calls today. It's just instantly. I go to sleep thinking about it. I write it down in my notebook, and I'm just a person that I'm self-motivated. I don't need someone to pep talk me so that I can get up and go after it. And I've been like that since I was a little girl. And you're right. I've never been a paycheck to paycheck person. It's always been like, okay, well, wow, we can create this business. We can do this. We can sell that. We can go open up this. I definitely a visionary.
Maggie,
Truly at heart.
do you know what that's called?
What is it?
That's Coach Burt calls it prey drive.
He does.
Prey drive.
What is that? Walk me through
Prey
it.
animals wake up every day protecting their families, right? And they go out and hunt. And that is their job from the time they're born until the time they die. They are prey driven. So those of us that are type A and that we really like, we grow, I wake up, I have dreams about my next business idea.
Yes.
Like I literally, I'm like,
Yes.
what house can I build next? Who can I help? Who can I help leverage? I wake up so excited about growing business every day. So I feel like you're the same way and Tricia's the same way. And I don't, my husband's like, well, what about one day when we retire? I'm like, are you trying to kill me? I live to work. Not that I always want to work 100% of the time. I do believe in a break, but I thrive on helping other people. And I think that we all have that, like that common prey drive.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of things on that. For one, with technology like it is now and all of the peptides and everything, we can live to be 120. So for one, we can't ever retire because we got to continue making money so that we live lavish lives at 120. But two, like we're all visionaries. And Paul, if you guys haven't read the book Rocket Fuel, you have to, because in it talks about a visionary and they're like Amy just said about dreaming about things that like we love building things and creating things. We're not good at like the structure and all of that stuff behind it. And Paul, that's Paul's world is structure and order and checklists and spreadsheets and all that stuff that we just don't like. Maggie has that in her too. Maggie's that. She like lays it down. She's bossy and she has all that like structure in it. Whereas Amy and I are just like, let's fly a kite and let's do this. And Paul, can you just string it up? And Paul with Power Agent Playbook has to like, he's got his own segment to teach, but he also has to keep the reins in on keeping the structure in place. Paul, how do you do that every day? And he has to deal with me every day.
I'd say a lot of coffee. Espresso, Cafe Bustelo is my favorite. Normally when we have big events, about 4 shots of espresso. But no, it's honestly, I like to hear chaos. I like to hear chaos, and I like to find ways to, in sales, y'all have a sales funnel, right? To where you work your people down the funnel. And mine is called the bullshit funnel. So I take all of the chaos and it slowly works its way down my bullshit funnel until I find a way to streamline the process. And a lot of times what ends up happening is a lot of you visionaries, your entrepreneurs out there, y'all find a problem, you have a problem, and then somebody says that there's this new product, and then you're like, that's the solution. That's the solution. So every time you find a problem, you think that there's another product that's going to be the solution. When in actuality, if you just take all of that chaos, put it in your bullshit funnel, and find out where it can line up with your solutions that you currently have, then you find the perfect solution. And that's what I enjoy doing. So I like taking chaos and I like turning it into structure.
On that, Maggie, you told us a long time ago that you think you attribute a lot of this, like your ability to work all that chaos stuff out to your training. Do you believe that it's from, because before you went through that training, were you like Amy and I, where it's just like, let's cast this and this and this?
I think the dental industry really helped me with structure and organization. And then I had teams all across Texas. And so my biggest office, I had 20 staff members that I ran, and that was just for that office. So then the following week I would travel to another office, and that was a team of 15. So I had to learn how to keep everyone motivated, how to keep everyone aligned, how to keep structure, and everything was very repetitive. So I just started creating like, okay, you're going to send out this video, you're going to send out this document, because the information was always the same at every office. And so my business truly runs like a dental office. It's just a dental office. That's what it is.
It is. Yes. And now you guys, as we're in 2026 and y'all, the market is doing really good. Today's February the 16th. What's your thoughts on the 2026 market? Maggie, you go first.
Oh, Tricia, it's beautiful. It is going, and it is going fast. So for any agent who claims that it is slow, they don't have business, they're either with the wrong brokerage, with the wrong team, or if it's not that, it's just them.
Love it. Amy, what say you?
I say you better buckle up, because this ride is not ending anytime soon. We are on the roller coaster, and in the good way. We've been going up the mountain, struggling. Now we're going down the mountain, and it's like, I mean, we're putting things on the market. We've had multiple listings go into multiple offer. We have people are actually showing up at the open houses. I'm having agents say, Amy, I'm showing multiple clients, but one of mine's going to be your open house. And so they're prepping me that they are already prepping an offer before they even come to the open house. That's what happened yesterday. And crazy. And they're saying, we'll send you asking if you'll shut down the open house. And so then I call the seller and ask permission. But it's giving me post-COVID vibes a little bit. I don't think it's going to go as crazy, but it's exciting because now sellers see the light at the end of the tunnel. I do think there are a lot of buyers that over-purchased, and they did the 3-2-1 buy down. They struggle with their jobs. So we have a lot of pre-foreclosures in place. Yeah. So now I see my investors, they're so excited because now we see more things coming on the market, but we also see more opportunities for selling. So it's such a balanced market. It's wild. My investors right now are going crazy. When we call them, they're just like, Amy, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? They're so excited. They really want to see things before they hit the market, but sellers are like, put it up on the market. I don't care if it's ugly. So it's definitely shifted. I hope people that are buyer's agents, and if you're in that position where you're writing contracts, I hope you know how to write a contract, and I hope you know how to write it aggressively, because now You need to know how to put yourself in a position to win a multiple offer situation. Sellers need to understand how to and understand what contracts being presented to them. So they need a seasoned agent, honestly, or at least an agent with a seasoned team leader.
Yes.
On that note, then, and we'll kind of end here because you guys, we have Power Agent Playbook 2 times this week, once in the Woodlands, and we're going on the road to Austin, and we are all the teachers of it. So we'll just put this out there between Maggie and Amy, because Paul, not you, because you have your thing. Should we go over a segment talking about writing offers in this market?
Honestly, I would love for Maggie to do that. Maggie, because I think we've
Maggie's like, what?
no, because
That's a 2-hour class right there.
No, because you, as far as volume goes, and as far as like writing the numbers of contracts, I think you probably write more contracts. My contracts are a little different because I have a lot of cash buyers. So I would say, as far as just a typical buyer, and they're going into a multiple offer, I think the people would love to hear your take on that, Maggie.
No, we should definitely do that. Are we doing that during Thrive Week, or do you want to do that during Power Agent Playbook?
I think it needs to be now. I think it needs to be during Power Agent Playbook. I say pivot because right now, they're projecting that the Fed is going to drop interest rates again. Right? We just got that word this morning from Kelsey in our meeting this morning that, hey, that's what all the professionals are saying. So that's going to unlock millions more buyers, right?
Well, but hold on that, because that if it happens, it likely won't be until June, because the Fed's got to turn. And if so, like, we really don't know where it could go. I'd be careful with that messaging, but we do know that there's more buyers on the market right now. Period. Rates are freaking amazing. The rates don't need to drop. They're amazing like they are. We haven't seen rates like this in 3 years.
Right.
People need to understand that what's happening is that good listings are finally hitting the market, where we've had some dogs on the market for a long time. Yeah. And that's what's causing these multiple offers. Maggie, do you want to touch on that during Power Agent Playbook?
Let's do it. I think it's important.
It is.
I think people just need to be prepared, Tricia. I think they need to be prepared because you can be thrown into it with, new buyers on your team because you're so well versed, but they're the average agent that didn't sell, not the average, the below average, the 95% that sold 0 or 1 home last year. They may get lucky and sell, a home a quarter this year, or maybe sell a home a month.
Yep.
And they're going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. And the people that get hurt in all of that is the consumer.
Exactly.
Because they lose out on the house that they love because no one knows how to submit an offer.
And then a year later,
I think
they
the
realize
investors,
that they choose AI.
I agree with you 100%. But Maggie, I think that if you'll teach that, and then I'm going to teach the updates on investing because the market has shifted. So I have a lot of specific things, and Paul, I'll be sending you my updates for the slideshow. But I just think it's so crucial that these buyer agents know how to write the contracts and how to strategize.
I agree. One more thing that I would like to add to that. I also want to teach on the psychology behind writing up the offer.
Yes.
Reaching out to the listing agent, letting the listing agent overshare, and just really digging into their mind, and then trying to pull as much information, because then that's what how to attack, how to go.
Exactly. I love that.
Paul, and did you change I know you and I had talked about what you're doing now that you just talked about, what'd you call it? Deep dream? What did you call it?
Yep, deep dream. That's exactly it.
Something along those lines. We don't know what you said. You said something about it.
Deep research.
That's it.
Deep research.
Yes.
Deep research.
So are you going to be going over that on Wednesday and Thursday?
For sure. This year we are really getting y'all locked in. I mean, if you want to stay in this industry, you better show up the Power Agent Playbook. I don't care what brokerage you're with. I don't care where you are. You better show up the Power Agent Playbook, because if you're not learning anything right now, if you feel lost as a real estate agent, you need to, when you find one that you can set your schedule for, you need to show up, because our objective is to make this whole industry better, because we don't want to lose this. We don't want to lose this.
I'll say something too, you guys, because we do Power Agent Playbook last year. We did it every month. Obviously, if you're paying attention to this conversation, you can hear that, number one, no 2 lessons are ever the same. The data that we're going to be going over is real-time data. It's real life contracts. It's real life. This is what you should be doing because this is what we're doing because we actually do still sell houses and we run teams. So if you're one of those agents that's like, oh, I've been to Power Agent Playbook, you're probably in that 95% that's not selling homes because it's the ones that are selling and excelling that actually show up, take notes, and then go and implement. Final thoughts, you guys, on Power Agent Playbook, this week's schedule, or the market as a whole. Amy, you start.
Be there or be square.
I know.
It just takes massive action, guys. Just make a commitment to show up and bring a friend. Free lunch
And
on
it's
us.
free. I forgot to say that. It's free. What else?
It's
Maggie?
free.
Final thoughts.
Um, Okay, so definitely be there. I wish they would have had this whenever I was starting off as a new agent. Even now, like sitting in on it and hearing Tricia speak about listings and Amy speak about the investment properties and Paul about AI, I've learned so much that now we're implementing it in our business. I'm doing a lot of things that you do, Tricia, and my listings. I do AI has completely changed the game in my business, and everything I'm learning from you, Amy, Jose's like applying it to his flipping business.
I love that. I love that.
Mhm.
That's such a cool thing. Like, you know, I mean, and we all are doing like living a great life, you know, but to be able to learn still from each other and
Absolutely.
show up with passion and energy and genuineness, the real authentic us, because that's what this is. If y'all aren't paying attention, like this, they have no idea what we're going to talk about or what they just trust. They know that we're going to make a difference. Paul, final thoughts about Power Agent Playbook.
I mean, I think that we summed it up today really, really nice. But I know the most important thing that after Amy, I know Amy's coming with a new smack, and we're having Maggie coming with the contracts class, and Tricia's going to come with value. Well, we're all coming with value, but real estate value, as in home value. I want to state Justin with CMG Mortgage. I need you to make sure that you bring coffee. Copious amounts of coffee, espresso, preferably, because this is going to be packed. And by the way, which one of these logos do y'all like the most?
Not the card one. We don't.
I like the wings.
Yeah, stop trying to, y'all. He's trying to sneak this freaking card one, and every time I'm like, we're never using it. Trash it. Stop it.
I like my card, but
And
anyway,
no one else does. It's stupid.
if you like these cards, go ahead, and if you like the card logo, I want to make a T-shirt with it, and I'm gonna go ahead, and if y'all want to buy the T-shirt with the card logo, I think it's cool. So.
No one likes it.
It's cool
No.
if you're in Vegas.
Power Agent Playbook is free. It's for anyone. We don't care what brokerage you're at. Literally, we are just trying to bring up and level up the industry. It is in the woodlands. I don't care where you're coming from. It's an hour from all of us. We don't really care. It's worth it. It's 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and you get to eat for free. So go to thepoweragentplaybook.com to get your free tickets if you're in the Houston area. If you're in the Woodlands area, what do they do? Not the Woodlands, Austin. What do they do, Paul?
Click the link in the bio or in this this actual live stream or in any of our advertisements. Just go to any one of our pages. We're all tagged in them. Find the one that says Austin, click on it and register, and we will see you there.
Yes.
Yep. Wednesday and Thursday this week, you guys, 11 to 1, thepoweragentplaybook.com. Y'all have an amazing day. Go sell some houses, y'all. Bye.
Peace out.